Hello folks, welcome back. In this session, we are going to continue with the Spring Web MVC. In the earlier video, we did not have any Spring related dependencies nor libraries in our project. Now we are going to add all of them. First, let us go to the pom.xml file. Here, we need to add few more dependencies along with the JUnit. They are all related to Spring. See, these are. I have added here couple of Spring MVC related dependencies. They're all something like Spring Context, Spring Web, and Spring Web MVC, and all of them of same version number 5.3.31. Once after you have added these dependencies, make sure the pom.xml file has been saved, and then you navigate to the project and verify in Maven dependencies. You can find all of the Maven dependencies Spring related you have added into the project. Now this is not enough, just we have added the libraries, that's all, but we did not develop anything related to Spring in this current project. As already we discussed in the introduction video, in Spring based WebMVC, there will be a single servlet which is going to receive every client request. For every URL, there is a single servlet mapped. So that configuration we need to provide here in this project. For that, let us navigate the web.xml file that is here in web.inf web.xml. Here we'll write the servlet related configuration. For every servlet, there will be two entries. They are servlet and servlet mapping. Again, for servlet, there are two entries. One is servlet name and the other one is a servlet class. So these two entries. Here, servlet name. Here you can provide any name here. For time being, I am using a placeholder XYZ. This is actually not XYZ, that we will fix after a moment. Now here you need to give the servlet class. That servlet class is arg.spring-framework.web.servlet.dispatcher servlet. This is a predefined servlet. We need not to do anything to develop this servlet. The Spring manufacturer has given. Another entry related to this servlet is servlet mapping. In servlet mapping, the first entry is same as the servlet, that is servlet name, and then another element, that is URL pattern, means which URL is to be received by this servlet. And now this is done, but the placeholders, what is this XYZ? Yes, here in Spring Web MVC application, we don't have many servlets, only single servlet, that too the manufacturer given servlet. And did you remember, every Spring project will have Spring configuration, that is spring.xml, but here we don't have any such kind of file. So where we have to provide the Spring configuration, that is exactly in this file. Okay, here logically this can be anything, but usually we use a front controller, means single controller. With this name, further we are going to create XML file for saving the Spring configuration. Okay, so once this is done, let us go to again web.inf, new XML file. Right, what is the XML file name? Front controller, the same as the servlet name, hyphen servlet.xml. This is the front controller servlet. This is the Spring configuration file. Here we are going to keep all the Spring configuration that you can take from any of earlier Spring project or from Spring manufacturer's documentation. This is the bare minimum Spring configuration: beans, open tag and close tag of beans element. Here one more parameter I will provide, that is context. colon annotation config means I'm kickstarting the annotation configuration of the project, and another again from ctxt means context component scan the base package. Here as my regular package name com.tutorial I am giving as my base package. Further I am going to use this com.tutorial as my base package for all further components I am going to develop for this project. Let us start coding the controllers. Controller is a Java class which is going to receive the client request. Whenever a client requested a URL, first it goes to web.xml. From there, front controller, that is dispatcher servlet. Then dispatcher servlet is responsible for dispatching the client request to the controller. The controller is simply a Java class. That also we discussed in the introduction video. Now let us define a controller, that is simple Java class, new class. The class name can be anything, but that should be in com.tutorial.controller is the package name. Now the class name is wishing controller. It can be any name. The class name can be anything. Now here let us say let's define a couple of methods. Public void say hello. This method is simply displaying sysout a message that is hello, and another method public void say hi, and this method is going to display a message hi. That's all. And how we can inform this class is a controller to the Spring framework by giving an annotation @controller. And how we can specify this method to be executed whenever a specific URL entered in the address bar, and the other method for another URL in the address bar. That again we need to give few annotations here, that is request mapping. And what is the URL this method is to be responded to? That is /hello. Now in the similar way, this say hi method also is to be mapped with a request, that is /hi. Now this is all. Let us try to execute this project and verify the URLs. Right click on the project, run as, run on server. Now this is the landing page of the application, and now /hello if I give, you notice here in the console there is a message printed hello, and if I give /hi, again another message printed in the console called hi. Yes, there are so many error messages. Actually here something is expected which we could not provide. Let us close and stop the server, and we'll get back to the continuation. What is that? Actually this method expected to return what view is to be presented to the client whenever a user asked for a URL. Now instead of returning void, let us return a string. That string should be return some JSP page, that is a view. Okay, so what should be the JSP page? hello.jsp. And in the similar way, the other method say hi. Here also return hi.jsp and change the return type to string from void. Now this error is fixed, but really we did not develop any hello.jsp and hi.jsp files. We have to create them. Where do we create? Where earlier we have our index.jsp in the same folder, that is in web app folder. We need to provide these two JSP files. Right click on web app, go to new, other, filter by JSP, and then choose JSP file, hello.jsp. Make sure this is highly case sensitive. Whatever case you have given here in the return string, the same case you have to give by the time of file creation. In this file, let us provide one title, that is hello h2 welcome to hello page, and h3 hello audience, hello learners. Okay, and one more JSP file, that is hi.jsp, hi.jsp. Then in this hi.jsp, again the similar content to the earlier page, let us write here. In the previous page there was a small error, that is title close tag is not very good. The title will be hi, and h2 hi, welcome to hi page, and h3 hi learners. Now let us execute this project once again. Run on server. Right, anyways, this is the landing page, and hello is a page. Now did you notice there are no errors? And here I am expecting something, hello page, yeah, welcome to hello page, hello learners. And if I give hi, now I got hi page with the hi learners, hello learners. Right, a small typo. Once again we'll go back and change to hello, now hello learners. Right, this is fine, but here even though I give hi or hi.jsp, I can access the page, or hello or hello.jsp, I can access the page, but this is not really good. The user is not allowed to access any of the JSP pages directly except the URL. The user have to give the URL. The URL should redirect or provide the JSP page to the user, not directly the JSP page to the user. So that we should achieve. For that, what we can do. And one more thing we need to address, that is the landing page index.jsp. Even the landing page, the user is not allowed to access the JSP page. The user have to give the URL. That URL should provide the JSP page to the client. Directly JSP pages are not allowed to access. So how we can achieve that, let us try to understand. Let's stop the server and close the web page. So far we did not give any configuration in the front controller servlet, that is Spring. Here in Spring configuration we need to give one more very important configuration, that is from where and how the JSP pages should be accessed. That is one thing. And another thing, from the controller, earlier we returned the JSP page name. Now it should not be JSP page name, it should be the view name, means not JSP, return only hello. Again here also only hi, not .jsp. This is only the view name, not the file that is representing the view. Okay, now here we need to create one more entry in front controller servlet. One bean we have to write, bean of class internal resource view resolver. To get the complete name of the internal resource view resolver, go to your Java program. Somewhere in empty space you type internal resource and control space. So Eclipse automatically retrieve the fully qualified class name From there, you can copy the fully qualified class name. This is that. This let us copy into the XML. Bean class is the copied internal resource view resolver fully qualified name, and this bean requires a couple of properties. They are property. The property is prefix. The prefix. Whenever the controller returned a string, that string will be qualified with something and its value. I'm going to provide the value here, and then property name is suffix and the value that I'll give in a moment. This web app folder is public folder or publicly accessible folder. So do not keep any of the JSP pages in the public space or publicly accessible location. We need to transfer them in a secured location which no one can access. That location should be within the WebINF. Let us create a folder in WebINF folder, that is view, or any name. It can be any name, but logically what purpose the folder is doing, that name I am using. So I move all the JSP files into that folder. Now I have moved all the JSP pages into view folder. You observe here view folder. Whenever the controller returned simply hello, that hello should be qualified with /webinf/view/hello and end with JSP. So it becomes the total file name. The controller is returning a view. The internal resource view resolver is building up the file name associated to the view. What is the importance of this qualifying? One is prefix, the other one is suffix. Prefix is to transfer the pages into a secured content and provide accessibility, and then suffix. In the future, we may upgrade our MVC application from JSP to any other front-end technologies like JSF or anything else. Here, just you need to change the suffix .jsp to any other JSF related extension. In the similar way, here the value for prefix is /web-inf. Make sure WebINF folder is in uppercase always. You also have to navigate with uppercase. WebINF/view/. Okay, this is the prefix. Now the controller returned hello, simply hello. Now what internal resource view resolver is making that hello /webinf/view/hello.jsp by adding the prefix and suffix. In the similar way, the hi also. Now index, we did not give any controller to reach to the index page. So what we can do, public another string home page. For this home page, let us display. Actually, display is not very mandatory here. Just return the string index. And now map this method with a URL. The request mapping. To what URL this method is to be mapped? / that is root. Now let us try to execute and observe what is going to happen. In this step of development, we upgraded the total project, even including with the landing page controlled by Spring MVC, Spring controller. Did you notice here? This is Hello World. This page is given by Maven, that is this index.jsp. This index.jsp, we did not write at least a single letter, but we transferred that Maven given index.jsp into WebINF/view so that no one can access any of the JSP file directly. Let us observe. Here, hello, we got hello page, and in the console hello, as I already mentioned, here we need not to mandatorily display anything on the console, because the console content will not be accessible to the client except to the administrator at the server. So if you want to really display anything at the server, just log it. Don't display anything using sysout. In production, now hi learners. Earlier it was hello learners. Now if I try to access any index.jsp, there is no file found. Hello.jsp, again status code 404 not found. This is the way we have to develop a Spring MVC application. Here we observed V, only view component plus controller, but we did not see any model. So in the continuation sessions, let us understand about model as well along with the view and controller. Thank you for watching.